Hi, everybody. This is Carolee Schloth with Healing Design for May 2018. It's a little bit into the month already because, as I had said last month, I would be in Asia and moving from Pennsylvania to North Carolina so that I was physically unable to do the healing design until now. And so, welcome, everyone. It is an exciting time this May. And what I'm going to talk about is what has already transpired, and all of you have the ability to connect and go back into that time frame and work with the energies if you did not consciously work with them already. And so the month started off with a big influx of energy. May 1st was May Day, which is called Beltane in the Celtic calendar, and it is a powerful, powerful day. All the days that are equinoxes and calendar events that we celebrate have tremendous energy. And what it means on those days is that the veil is actually a little thinner, and it gives us the ability to manifest and connect in a more deep way. And not only was it May Day, but it was a full moon. And it was also a lunar eclipse. And so we had all of that going on. And so the veils were very thin in the very beginning of May, allowing us to plant seeds for intention and really connecting with our soul family and our souls to have an impact on our lives, therefore affecting this whole reality. And the energies at that time were really about honoring life. And also the sun was fully releasing potent, abundant fertility energies for creation and conception. And that was always what's celebrated in spring. And it was extremely powerful here in this year of 2018. And so that was a time to set intentions, particularly around abundance and what you wanted to create. So if you did not, you can go back and do that. The next energy that's really working with us is about coming in around the 15th of May, which is a new moon moving in Taurus, which has the energy at this time of birthing new foundations. So it's the same type of energy as around the 1st, but slightly different, and definitely support it. You know, as without, what's out in the cosmos is what is within inside us. And so listening and following what is transpiring out in the cosmos, knowing what's going on out there, really aids you in making your life flow or understanding it. So understanding when the negatives come up, why they're coming up, you can look at the astrology of it all, and it gives you a lot of information. And so I'm giving you the main pieces of the month, but you can always go back and study this further for yourself. And so what you want to create right now, you should be setting intentions for if that is something that you desire to really have an active part in. Foundations are being laid. And so these foundations are laid for long periods of time. It's not just the short desires that we're having, but the big ones. And we're going to get into the big collective as we move forward into this healing design. But right now I want to talk about what's coming this weekend from May 19th to the 22nd. This is a powerful, powerful energetic time. You're literally going to be bringing in the next level of your light body expansion, and there's going to be a collective timeline shift. And this is all having to do with universal and galactic and solar energies. And we don't have to get into that, but we just have to know that this is happening right now. And so it will be important for you, light workers that are listening, to really connect in with yourself over these days. And particularly take a time period where you really go deep and connect with your higher self to allow this to transpire in a wonderful way of grace and ease. Okay, for those of you that are in the gateway, you will be getting a meditation that will aid you in doing this. For those of you who are not in the gateway, you can purchase the meditation on the website or come into the gateway or do whatever you do on your own. And so there's going to be a lot of fun energy this month. Okay, we have so much abundance coming in, with that beginning of the month. And you're going to see big changes for yourself and those around you, particularly about the actualization of people's dreams and what they have been wanting in their life. And I'm seeing this all around me. I'm seeing people who have always wanted to live at the beach moving there, people buying homes in areas where they want to be, including myself, and moving. A very dear friend wanting a baby for a really long time, actually just adopted one this past week. Wonderful, wonderful things of what people have been wanting to and desiring to create in their life coming forward. And so that's fun to see, because it also encourages those of us who may not be seeing our actualizations coming true to see that it's happening around us. They're your mirrors, and it can happen for you. The next thing that's going to happen with this new light body shift is there's going to be a pretty big shift in the consciousness, our mental body and our consciousness. It's going to shift into a higher vibration. And so what does that look like? Well, you're going to see things in new and different ways. You're going to have a lot of those aha moments and epiphanies. And with that comes identity changes. We have a lot of breakthroughs, and we actually upgrade. And so the fun part about that is, wow, it can bring in a lot of freedom. It can bring in a lot of joy. There can also be, though, as the old paradigms fall away, the old programming falls away, it can look a little chaotic. So for my own self, what I experience is moments of bliss and days that are wonderful, and then these periods in between where it's like, oh, what is this? What's happening here? And me needing to really look at it and begin to shift the energies and move the energies, feel those energies. We all tend to not want to feel what we consider negative energies, but we need to feel them and experience them. They're all part of this reality. See them, see what it is, why it's here, and then be able to transform it with the higher energies. What happens when we don't actively work it that way? You begin to have events to try to bring it to your consciousness. So a very dear friend of mine, a very dear connection to me, fell last month at the end of the month and scraped up his leg and his knee and his ankle, And when we looked at it, it was fear of the future. And so we said, you need to work with this and so forth. He kind of listened to me, kind of didn't. And so this month he fell and really ripped his hamstring, and is now the same leg, and is now in more pain than from the first fall. And again, talked about looking at it and fear of the future. If we don't look at it, there'll be another event, because your higher self is telling you, because whatever it is that you're asking for in your life, your higher self is guiding you, and it's real. And so this higher aspect of ourself is really here guiding us, and it will put events in our lives, and this is us, we're not victims, to let us see what it is we're wanting to move through. And so there's going to be that happening this month, but the great thing about it is that it shifts super fast, and our thoughts are coming into reality super fast. So watching what we're thinking is all part of this new mental higher vibration body. You're going to really be aware of your thoughts and catching your thoughts and working with this mental body in a new and exciting way. Along with this, conflict energy is going to be dissolving. You're not going to want to be in conflict. You're going to be letting go of conflict, and you're not going to be putting yourself in conflict. It's just going to be falling away. Also, joy is going to expand. And the fun thing about joy is you can sit in the energy of joy, but to have the joy in your life, you need to be in flow, present, and following the clues. And when I talk to many people, they say to me, oh, I'm being guided to go somewhere, but I can't go right now because, and they give all these reasons. And what we want to say to you is to get out of the reasons and get into the heart, because the heart is guiding you. And sometimes when you go and do these things, even though your mental thoughts think that you can't, many, many tremendous and wonderful things happen for you that lead you into deeper and deeper joy. Also this month, your intuition and synchronous events are going to be exploding. they're going to be hearing, seeing, feeling, and knowing in new ways. And so this whole new light body activation is going to move the consciousness of this planet to a new level of unity consciousness. There are solar and galactic gateways that are opening and bombarding us with really pure cosmic and galactic light. And this energy that's coming in, it's telling us that the waiting time is over. Okay, we are in it now. We're not waiting anymore for the shift. We're literally in the energies of it. And so connecting with your consciousness to really open to the pathways to new experiences and the new reality is what we are doing here. And so being in present energy is super important, like really catching yourself being here and knowing what's around you and experiencing and not thinking about the past and thinking about the future. Really being here in the moment. And so let's talk about this energy that's coming in on the 19th to the 22nd. Okay, it's an energy that's going to allow us to surrender the lower timelines because they're really releasing. So what is a timeline? The timeline is the moment that you're present in and where you're experiencing this reality. And we have all kinds of timelines around us because there's all parallel realities. And if you don't understand this, you can research it and understand it more, or you can listen to the Gateway, and I'll be talking about timelines a little more in depth in there. But timelines are where we're creating our reality, the timeline that you're actually in. You can actually shift from them. And so what's coming in, and we have the ability from the 19th to the 22nd to co-create with all the light workers on the planet, the highest timeline for Earth's reality. And so that's what those of us who are awoken are going to be doing. You're going to be doing it on higher levels of your higher self, but you in physical body, if you do it consciously, are making a huge, huge impact on this planet. And so what many of us tend to forget is that we, by what each one of us do, has such a huge impact. And so we're going to open to the light, and we're going to be really connecting and going through some portals and gateways to bring here that new reality onto Earth. Okay. One of the other things that's happening is that your soul group is shifting. Okay, we are not just shifting here on Earth. We are shifting in all realities, soul, planetary, solar, galactic, universal, cosmic, and so on. And your soul is in all of those areas. And so there are shifts in all of them. So as we shift in the higher planes, it affects us down here. So there's going to be some feelings of not being so comfortable in what we are doing because everything's changing. So we're going to be moving into new things and new realities. And that's the big energy to be aligning with divine will, because there's so many possibilities for us. And when we do the inner work and the outer service, we make a new reality here on Earth. And so this is a tremendous, tremendous month for change. And big changes are coming, regardless of what we do. But the consciousness of you as the light worker can have a huge, huge impact at this time. And so if you weren't aware of May, the beginning of May, and the opening that we had, you can go back in a meditation and go back to that time and really be in those open portals and set your intentions. And then we have the thinning veil right now from the new moon in Taurus for laying down the foundations that occurred in May. And now the 19th to the 22nd, we have this huge opening where we are going to be literally having a light body expansion, and the collective timeline is going to shift for Earth. And so for all of you, this is an exciting month, and I'm grateful to be back and able to share with you. And hopefully you'll be coming in the Gateway to learn more, or coming into the meditation to really make this shift, or do whatever you do that you do on your own. It's all wonderful. I'm so grateful for all of you. And see you in June. And I'll be back. It's only a couple weeks because we're already halfway through May. I love you all. Bye-bye.